This Saturday is Free Comic Book Day, and Starport in the River Ridge Mall is carrying over 50 titles for you to choose from. I got the details from owner Terry Stevens.
Free Comic Book Day was something that started about 13 years ago, and it's the first Saturday of every May, and it is where all the comic book shops, pretty much worldwide, not nationwide, but worldwide, will give out free comics from the publishers that we purchase and we offer at a free thing. And what we do, in our case, this store, we will give people 3 comics, and if they bring in a food item or one of the items on our list that we're going to have, we will give them 5 comics, and that item's going to be donated to the domestic violence shelter in Bedford to help support them.
And you do a lot for charity in general, don't you?
Yes, I do. I'm also in a motorcycle ministry group. We try to do a lot of ministry outside of doing that, and we also do a bike ride for them each year, which this last year we actually set a record with that, and that was a lot of fun.
That's cool. And Free Comic Book Day comes at the perfect time because Avengers.
Yes, Avengers opens up that weekend and on May 1st, and we'll have Free Comic Book Day May 2nd. So we're expecting to be hopping that day, and the girls from the domestic violence shelter are actually going to come over and help us out.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Now, does anybody ever come in here in costume during that time period?
Oh, yes. They were last year, our first year open. We'd only been open 2 months. We had quite a few people. In fact, we encouraged people to dress up, and we posted a lot of pictures on our Facebook page where we had people dressed up in costume. And when they did, we also gave them additional comics free for doing that, too.
Oh, that's really cool. And you have a lot of different titles to choose from. I've been to other comic book stores, and they maybe had 5, 6 different titles. You're going to have a ton of them.
Yes, we're going to carry all 50 titles that they have, plus we'll have some we have left over from last year that we're going to be included in this series. So we'll have probably about 60 titles to choose from.
And right now, in general, you know, it's cool to enjoy this kind of stuff. You know, you've got The Flash, you've got Arrow on TV. You know, all of these superhero kind of things are making a resurgence, aren't they?
Well, it's not only that, it's not just a resurgence, but it's also becoming mainstream. It's not so much your little corner geeky type thing anymore. It's more mainstream because your largest blockbuster movies are now based on comic books, like the Avengers, Batman. A lot of these huge movies are just based on this stuff. So being the fact that they are, and even Star Wars comes out this year, the Star Wars comics are going to do real well. So a lot of the stuff, the comic books just kind of tie into that and help tie those stories together. I mean, we carry comics on the Twilight Zone, the X-Files, a lot of your old TV shows that have been around that people are fans of, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And I've read some of the Buffy comics themselves, too, and it's been fun, especially when your favorite show goes off the air, to kind of still relive a little of that.
Yes, it is. And the great thing is they put those into seasons. So like season 10, season 11, so on and so forth. And like we carry the Star Trek comics, and so there's a lot of comics that are based on those series to help keep that story going. And each one's like a chapter in a novel.
And here's a couple of examples. I mean, these are literally the TV show covers.
Yeah, the TV show covers. The stories are a little different, so that way you're not reading the TV series itself, but they do make them a little different. One's here based on Flash, and one's based on Arrow. And they're excellent comics.
And what's fun, too, is like stories like The Walking Dead. That was a comic first. I actually started reading that before the show came out. That is completely huge. And if you want to catch up and see a little bit of a different story, you've got them all grouped together, right?
Yes, we do. We carry the Walking Dead, and we have the entire series on that. We also carry all the graphic novels of that, and that way, if you're somewhere and you don't feel comfortable jumping in the middle, we got the very first series, so you can start at the beginning of each one of these, so that way you can catch the first and see where it started.
And, you know, come out here for Comic Book Day and also take a look around, because if you like something from the 80s, the 90s, whenever, the 60s, you have toys here for everybody and for every fan.
Oh, yes. We carry everything from Ghostbusters, Back to the Future. We carry a lot of of course, all your comic book heroes, Star Wars, Godzilla. A lot of we carry life-size stand-ups. We're getting ready to add a poster display. We're going to have all your movie posters. We carry T-shirts, magazines. I mean, we carry all the supplies you need to store your comics and everything to that effect, too.
And Free Comic Book Day is this Saturday, May 2nd at Starport. They're open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. They're in the River Ridge Mall. They have over 7,000 comics that day, so you probably can get some comics. If you would like to reach them, 434-237-1350, and Starport, which is 2 words, on Facebook.